Welcome to the What's Our Verdict podcast. I am your host, Real Ginge, with my co-host, JJ.
What's up, bitches?
And Alec Burgess.
Let's get it.
We are in our third installment of a non-movie and TV show podcast here. We've currently done Alec's crazy shit, Mattson's cool shit, and we are ending the rotation and coming back again with JJ's dumb shit. Excited to give him the platform. I have absolutely no idea what we're going to be talking about today. JJ, the floor is yours.
Just so you know, I didn't know what we were going to talk about until my drive home. My drive home from work triggered this conversation. So I've had 6 topics in the last 5 weeks while we've been going through these. I was like, let's do this.
You've almost had too much time to think about it.
Exactly. And then you guys know me, you're my friends. I get triggered on certain topics just because something will come up and then I just go off for a little while. So this one came up yesterday. It's a topic that triggers me almost on the daily, but I want to talk about driving. Told you it's going to be dumb shit.
Are we talking about traffic? Because I hate traffic. I'm going to blow a gasket.
Yeah. So yes, my side of traffic is specifically geared toward the state of Utah. Now,
okay.
I have driven, and what really triggered me is earlier in the day, I was flipping through somewhere at lunch, I think, and I saw this article where they were it was this total bantering towards the Utah population, because Utah gets hammered for having some of the worst drivers in the country, period. And I fully agree, living here, it's fucking terrible. Now, I say that because there was this article that was according to this, that, or the other, Utah actually has the top 5 most responsible drivers. And so I was like, hold on, I must read this article because it sounds like a whole bunch of hooey horse shit to me. And it was. I open it up. You want to know why they fucking say it's responsible? Because there's more people insured in the state of Utah than most other states. That doesn't mean you're a driver, God damn it.
That means you're a responsible driver.
Yeah, you're responsible because you have insurance, but you also live in a state that has some of the worst insurance.
But there's less people drinking alcohol in that state.
That's not true at all. There's just a lower rate of we have the lowest damn drunk level on the planet at 0.05 now, fuckers. Anyway, I can't even have 2 beers at dinner anymore. I can only have 1. God damn it. That's a whole nother dumb shit podcast, by the way. Is Utah's liquor laws. Fuck this place. So
how long have you lived in Utah, JJ?
Fucking long time. The entire time I've been legal to drink.
That is a long time.
Little prohibition over there.
I was in 4th grade when JJ started drinking.
It's very true.
Anyways, we digress, JJ.
Legally
Keep
drinking
going.
for 20 years. Yeah, so I read this article and then it triggers me as I'm driving home and I see all this shit he's driving. And here's the worst part about driving in Utah. I've driven in LA, I've driven in Atlanta, I've driven in Chicago, I've driven in New York. The one thing about all these terrible traffic zones is the population is an issue. The amount of people for freeway, even in LA, you're driving through Orange County especially, it's ridiculous. Phoenix is the same way. You have the loop that there's just so many damn people that even at 4, 5, 6 lanes, you're packed. And the reason that you're stacked bumper to bumper is because there's so many fucking people driving at that moment. The difference between Utah and those, especially in the pandemic's made it worse for me because you'll be driving and it's not about the amount of people. There's a couple of spots where there's a lot of people, but it's never bad enough. I hear all the time in Utah, we have similar traffic to LA. No, we fucking don't. What we have is morons that do not know how to drive, because what we have is pockets of assholes that fucking refuse to go faster than the fucking asshole on the lane on either side of them. And so they clog up every fucking lane. And then you got 18 fucking million people behind you that are fucking going, get the fuck out of my way. And I hate it. I call them, it's pockets of assholes. And every time I get stuck in one, I start screaming and hollering because it's one dipshit. And then if you, I've had people where I've been in a car driving in the fucking passing lane. And I don't say fast lane. It's not a fast lane. It's a passing lane. It is not a goddamn cruising lane. Get in it to get around someone and get the fuck out of the lane. The far left lane is the passing lane, god damn it. So I've been in a car with someone in the passing lane going the speed limit to the nut. While everyone else is trying to go, legally you cannot pass this person any longer because you're in the passing lane going the speed limit or less. And they're like, yeah, but I'm obeying the law. So in essence, I'm helping them to obey the law. They'd be braking if it weren't for me. No, fuckhead, you're making the road more dangerous because they're going to find a way around your slow ass. The fuck out of the way. Okay, there's my rant. I'll give you guys some time to talk about traffic, but that's what's been on my mind the last 2 days, and I thought it'd be funny to talk about it on JJ's dumb shit.
I have many things I could say, but I feel something coming on from Alec.
So I learned how to drive in California.
Oh.
And the thing about California, and I've always said this, is that nobody in California knows how to drive, but we all drive the same exact way. So it's not an issue. Nobody knows how to do anything. Nobody knows how to drive correctly, but we all drive the same exact way. So it doesn't matter, right? It's one of those, if the system's not broken, don't try and fix it. When I was in Utah, because I lived in Utah for a bit, hated it.
Dude.
Absolutely hated it. I love Phoenix. And Phoenix, so like JJ said, there's all those loops. But on top of that, it's built on a grid.
You froze.
Freeways are backed up.
You start where it's built on a grid.
Oh, it's built on a grid. So even if the freeways are backed up, you can still get everywhere you want to go. It's a lot like Utah, where it's built on a grid system. And then Phoenix is also pretty proactive about adding more freeway lanes before you really need them. Mm-hmm. So the pain that I have while driving in Phoenix is that everywhere is always under fucking construction.
That's fair.
Everywhere. The reason is that they're always adding on the freeway. So it's, a 20-year plan type of a thing that they're constantly working on, constantly to improve. But the problem is that means that everything is always under construction.
And will always be.
Yeah.
And will always be. So that's what frustrates me because, like, I have a half a dozen ways that I can get to and from work that are all pretty consistent time-wise. Problem is that sometimes they'll shut off sections of the freeways. And if you don't drive that way every single time, you don't know it's shut.
Yeah.
So I'll be heading to the Loop 202 or whatever. Big Loop 202 closed. Like, oh fuck. Thanks, Phoenix. So that's my problem with it. But I mean, I love driving here because even though I'm like, oh great, and I gotta hop off and take the back roads for a bit, adds maybe like 5 total minutes to my driving time. I'm more just mad because I'm a rather angry person and I enjoy it.
Well, and I've lived in Phoenix for a couple of years and drove there quite a bit too. And the one thing about their grid system that's better than Utah's is their grid system, especially in Phoenix proper and all of the surrounding parts of the city, it's all on the same fucking grid. It's not Utah. You have 19 cities and some of like Layton, the one I live in, is cockeyed as fuck. It's all crooked. So its grid doesn't actually attach to cities around it correctly. So you end up going, how the fuck am I going this direction on this road? Well, because I switched cities.
Yeah, I can hop on baseline and I can drive the entire length of the city on baseline.
And you pass through like 4 cities,
but
4
I can do it. Yeah,
cities doing it, but you can go across the whole valley on one road. Yeah,
I've lived in for our listeners, you probably, I don't know if they know this, I grew up like 20 minutes west of DC. Northern Virginia has some horrific traffic. They call it the DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia. It's usually battles LA for the worst traffic in the country. It's not for a lack of having freeways, man. Just like Alec talked about, the construction is never ending. I go back there still. My dad, my parents still live there, and man, the same freeways. It's like they added a lane, they added another. It doesn't matter what they add. It's still not enough. And like, so I grew up with that, and then I've lived in Utah for a while, but Vegas is the one that always gets me. I was a missionary there for the Mormon church, and they have streets in the middle of the street will change names to a different street. Like, who got away with that? That's like highway robbery right there, because you're on like MLK and it changes to like Desert Way Highway. what happened to the road? Like, why did it change name? That was confusing for me sometimes because you'd be driving and then you'd forget which road you were on because it changed. And then I'm here in Seattle now. Thank goodness I work from home because, man, I had to go to the airport like a week and a half ago to go to Utah. I actually saw JJ. People are out in the road. It's like 6:30 in the morning, man. I kid you not. It's like 4:30 in the afternoon like it would be in Utah. Their traffic at 6:30 is like Utah's traffic for like any bad day. And
Yeah.
I'm saying my Hail Marys just thinking like, I'm so glad I work from home because I'd freaking murder myself on the day. JJ would die here.
Oh,
And I'm the worst. The thing that gets me with traffic when you bring this up is I call it phantom traffic, where there is no reason why there was a slowdown. You're looking for an accident. You're looking for construction. You're looking for like a dead body on the side of the road. You're looking for roadkill. You're anything. And there is nothing that explains the pocket of slowness that shiz drives me crazy. There is no health benefits in any way, shape, or form to traffic. It is only meant to make you miserable. And phantom traffic is by far the worst thing that I like. It's up there, top 3 most annoying things in my life. It just drives me crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal that phrase because I call it pointless traffic, and it happens constantly in Utah too. Like it's one of the worst here.
Well, you see like the graphics where someone hits their brakes, all that that ripple effect, and you're just like, who started this? But it lingers for hours.
It was me.
But I've been calling it phantom traffic for years, and it's just like at least with construction and stuff, like you can see it and you know you're impending doom and it's like a slow death. But phantom traffic, you don't know when it's gonna hit, you don't know when it's gonna leave, and you're still mad when you leave it because you don't know when it's gonna come back. That little effort could brake check again.
Yeah, I'm even more mad when I get out of it because I'm like, I see where it picks up and I'm like, motherfucker, there was no reason for me to be fucking stuck in this garbage for the last 10 minutes. It was some douchebag forgot that he needed to get off the freeway, so he cut across 4 fucking lanes and everybody had to hammer down on their brakes, and a mile back we all felt it. And because these assholes don't think about that shit, they're like, look, I'm just cruising. Fuck, I need to get off there. You drive that same fucking way home every goddamn day. Get the fuck over there earlier, you prick. Especially in Utah, because we idiots love to cruise in the fast lane. Oh, I hate it.
I have another thing I want to complain about. When you get off in like a freeway exit and you got your maybe it's 2 types, but maybe it's 3. You've got your people that get into the exit lane early. They're pumping. They're in that shiz conservatively. They're not taking risks. They're in it like half mile, a mile before. They don't care how long it takes. They're in that line. They're like, all right, like I'm not dealing with it. Then you've got the people that are trying to get in like halfway, like the kind of on the fence, but don't want to take too much of a risk because they know the longer they wait, the harder it's going to be to get in. And then you've got the people that are in it that are cognizant of those people that are going to come in later, that they're trying to hold close to the bumper of the other car because they're like, I'm not letting this ever in. That's trying to skip me, all those conservative people. And then you've got the person that's guns a-blazing that comes in like right before and tries to fit it in, and like half the time going to cause an accident because there's not enough room to fit in, but they fit their big ass derriere in there. And I'm that sometimes. I'm probably more in the middle more often than not. But if I know the exit really well and I know I can get away with it, I'll always do that. But the ones that I don't know as well, I definitely play it more conservative. But man, that like exit system in Seattle, they don't have 4-leaf clovers. I do appreciate in Virginia, the 4-leaf clover shiz works quite well. Because Utah doesn't have that either. You just get those freaking, you just get the line of death.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I do have a rant.
Here we go.
Living in Phoenix, the goddamn snowbirds that come down. And I just remembered, because it's snowbird season starting about a motherfucking month, where all the Canadians and the Utards come down to spend the winter in Phoenix. And I hate it because they don't understand the driving process in Phoenix. They've forgotten, apparently, since last year when they were here.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, because they are here fucking up the system, you get increased patrol cars and police. The only time I've ever gotten a ticket in Phoenix is during snowbird season.
Yeah, snowbird season. I remember cursing it snowbird season.
Yeah, it's the worst because it goes on for like 6 months. It's like October to April. They're here messing up my life.
Let me tack onto that. I can, for the life of me, when I grew up in Virginia, two things that I have to talk about. One, biker cops. Their sole purpose, all they can do, freaking pull you over. I hate them with a passion. You see them and you just want to hate their lives because they have no mercy. They're there to just give you a mother effing ticket. And they're not protecting lives. They're not saving anybody. They're just freaking, they're looking for, are you 4 miles over the speed limit? Are you 6? Are you 7? Are you 8? Let me find this little shadow where I can hide behind. Oh, they're not going to see me, suckers. Putting a little radar gun out there. Man, if I had a freaking license to carry, I'm not going to say that. But
that's good.
They bother me. But then the one that scared me more, I knew I was in trouble in Virginia when they had a lot of slew of undercover cop cars. But I kid you not, undercover minivan. I knew I wasn't safe. At that point, I knew they could catch me speeding at any time. There's no way, because a lot of the undercover cars, it's like a Challenger, Charger, something like that. You got an idea there, or like some of the Ford Escapes or whatever it is. You have no idea with the minivan. You're done. You're toast.
Undercover minivan.
That's just mean. You can't do that to the general population. Dude, we got to have some security in speeding.
When you know that dude's grumpy because he's got to be in a minivan all day.
Yeah, but it's probably got a V8 in there or something where he could just rev that shiz up, and they probably put a female lady cop in there to make it look like a soccer mom. That shit, and then you put a little soccer, they're just everyone's gonna pass him, and then they're just get the little lights turning you're like, wait, I thought we were going to I thought we were taking the kids to soccer. I thought we were going to Dairy Queen. What are we doing pulling me over?
Minivan, that's dirty.
Yeah, it was brutal. And maybe I don't know if that was a pilot period, and then they pulled too many people over, and we got to stop because they were pulling cops over. They're like, look, I didn't even know.
That's dirty. Since you're talking about cops and traffic, the Utah's this new thing that came from California. Fuck all you California people that have come to this state and brought your bullshit.
That's all that's coming. It's Dude, California, Oregon, Washington.
California and Nevada are the biggest ones here in Utah, and I fucking drive. So California, these cops have now started doing these goddamn rolling roadblocks. You guys ever seen one of these fucking things? Ooh. So traffic gets a little tight and people are being dumb, and a cop will start celebrating Christmas on the middle of the freeway, and they slow down.
Oh, I've been a part of those.
Miles an hour.
Yeah.
And then start swerving across. And it's illegal for you to fucking pass them when their lights are on.
Yeah.
And so they're putting a gap in the track. Ooh, when I get stuck behind that shit, I just want to rear end the fuck out of that dude because it's pointless. All it does is make it dangerous for the people behind him.
I've only been a part of two where there was an accident and they were trying to slow it down to let the cops get there and then divert. So it actually made sense for the two that I was a part of, but I haven't been a part of the traffic one.
Yeah, the ones in Utah, it's not an accident. It's just they're trying to slow shit down. And I swear to God, it's just the UHP sitting in there pulling their pud going, watch this, fuckers. That's all that shit is. I guarantee you, watch me fuck up I-15 for fucking 10 minutes. I hate it so much. Goddamn rolling roadblocks. Anyway, that's all I got for you for JJ's dumb shit.
My goodness.
Should be a fun video to watch, though, because I haven't ranted that hard in a while.
No, you haven't. That's a rare occurrence. Well, I'm sure everyone, if you know what, I'm going to say this right. Charles, you probably like traffic, you stupid mother ever. Charles probably sitting here like, I love sitting in traffic so I can listen to Super Baby Genius's What's Our Verdict review. Charles, if that's the case, you need to go get yourself checked in the head, my friend.
Oh, man.
Traffic ain't good for no one.
Podcast we probably should have Charles one of these days.
Charles out here loving traffic. He probably does.
Don't worry. Alec got the same treatment. He's now part of the podcast, but he used to leave comments on all of our reviews, and we used to bust his balls too until we finally let him on.
I'm so glad I thought of that. I don't even know what state Charles is from, but he probably is a terrible driver.
I don't know what he is either, but
we should probably figure that out.
Probably should find that out.
Is he from Maryland? Is he from the DMV? Well, then he knows,
I think he told us in an email, and I just don't remember it, but yeah.
Charles.
Yeah.
Nice.
Funny. Yeah, that guy, just so you know, Charles, you're like, What's Our Verdict famous. I think you've been on the last 7 episodes in some way, shape, or form.
When Mattson holds a grudge, Mattson holds.
If we were doing a word cloud, Charles's name would be gigantic.
It's true. It's true. Mattson does hold on to some shit, and I love it. Yeah, that's what I got for you.
I love it.
I had no idea what this dumb shit was going to be about. But JJ, thank you for bringing up a topic that is a passionate one at best. We're excited to go back into our rolling rotation. Up next for our non-movie and pod and TV show is going to be Alec again with Alec's crazy shit. And I'm sure he's got another conspiracy theory rolling up in that tin hat. So we are excited. But JJ, tell us where our listeners can find and or listen.
Oh, I forgot that's on me on these. You can find us at our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, all at What's Our Verdict. TikTok's probably the busiest. Alec keeps that shit rolling in. That's how he gets it. I swear that's how he gets payback for all the times we used to make fun of his comments on our podcast is ripping on me and Mattson in TikTok. So if you like that, but he does get himself too. Like I'm still waiting for one of these freeze frame faces. The last two have been fantastic. So I'm excited.
Super Baby Geniuses one was supposed to go out today, but I forgot. So it'll be going out after we finish recording.
It's going to be good shit. Check out our website, which I'll have a revamp soon, but you can see what's upcoming. Leave us comments like Alec used to do. You can send us an email at hosts@whatsourverdict.com. Our website's whatsourverdict.com, by the way. All of that you can see. Oh, fuck. I fuck that up every time. Over in that corner on the screen. If you're watching on YouTube, which check out our YouTube channel also at What's Our Verdict, where we release the videos of these crazy ass recordings. We're also going live on Monday nights for a television that we're reviewing. Rings of Power, House of the Dragon. We're going to be reviewing both of those on Monday nights around 6 p.m. Eastern. Mountain. Fuck, I'm all fucked up. You got me all worked up. My blood pressure's up. I shouldn't have talked about this for my dumb shit. Yeah, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, fuck Central. It's a running joke for the last 3 episodes.
I feel like JJ, we need some merch for that.
But fuck Central, and we're a little delirious at this point. These hour and 30-minute recordings get a little long. So yeah, that's where else you can find us. Reach out; it's fun. We have a good time.
All right. Well, thank you all for listening. We'll catch you on the next one.
Bye. Cinematic. Oh wait, that doesn't fucking work here.
Dumb shit out.
Peace out, bitches.
Whoa!